Good morning, good people, and welcome back to Collector's Quest, and thank you so much for joining me on this pretty grey Saturday morning. You know the drill by now. We're going to head to CEX and take in more of the things I've been bringing down from the loft up there, and hopefully getting those sweet vouchers. For those of you that haven't been watching my previous videos, what I've been doing, I've been going up into the loft and bringing down a bunch of stuff that I haven't managed to sell from last year's car boot season, and been getting some pretty decent CEX vouchers. So in here we've got consoles, controllers, electronics, DVDs, games, Blu-rays, box sets. So going to take that to CEX and hopefully pick up a nice big fat juicy CEX voucher. I'm not too sure if CEX will take in all those things just because of the volume. So I'm going to head to Dudley CEX because they're pretty lenient when it comes to bulk buying a bunch of stuff and then not applying the bulk discount. While we're in the Dudley area, we're going to hit up the charity shops to hopefully pick up some more things to trade in. There's also a guy that's got a gaming market in the high street, so we'll see what he has to offer. And I'm also going to head to two local retro gaming shops in Get Gaming and Level Up Gaming because I've got a couple of magazines down there to trade in. And by a couple, I mean about 60 or 70. So we've got everything from GameCube, 3DS, Wii, Nintendo, PlayStation, all sorts of magazines. Just don't have the space to keep them. So plenty planned for today's video. So let's get the show on the road. Let's get the car loaded and I'll see you when we get in Dudley. Just pulled up into Dudley and in typical Dudley fashion it's raining. I don't think I've ever been to Dudley without it being raining, so wish me luck. I'm going to take all this stuff in the CEX and I'll speak to you soon. Right, two things just happened. One, I got stopped by Jehovah's Witness and I'm not religious but I'm too awkward to not tell them I'm not interested, so I had to listen to them telling me about a better future and all that good stuff. Two, I also went to CEX in Dudley and something weird happened. So because I had a bunch of electronics in a bag, the guy who served me actually told me to just give him the bag. I had to sign a form to make sure my contact details were correct, and they're actually going to ring me or send me an email once they've tested everything and let me know how much I get on the voucher. So that was pretty good. Means I don't have to wait around. And two, that CEX store in particular aren't taking DVDs in anymore, just the singles. They're only taking in Blu-rays, DVD box sets and a Blu-ray box set, so I'm not sure if that's a sign of things to come in terms of CEX as a whole business, but it means that we're going to have to find somewhere else to get rid of our DVDs. I'm out of breath. So for anyone who doesn't know Dudley, I parked all the way back by Dudley College. I walked all the way up the high street to CEX, which is about a 5-10 minute walk, and man, that bag was heavy. It's about 15 kilos and my arms are on fire right now. I'm out of breath. I've done that walk twice already. I'm going to do it a third time. I'm going to head to the charity shops, head to a couple of pawn shops. Voice over here, taking a look at cash converters, aka crack converters. Got a pretty cool Xbox One Gears of War console out in the window. Stepping into cash converters, got tons of Nintendo handhelds from Game Boys, 3DS's, DS's, Switches, so if you're after any of those consoles, cash converters in Dudley is the place to be. Going over to another glass cabinet, got tons of Mega Drive games here and two Mario Nintendo Switch editions. Going over to the regular games, got some pretty decent games here. Got Metal Gear Revengeance for the PS3 for £18 and got tons of games for 99p and £1.49. So if you're trying to build a game collection on a budget, cash converters isn't a bad place to go, to be fair. Going over to the local market, this guy's been here for donkey's years, having a quick look at his games, and he prices his games roughly the same as CEX, maybe £1 or £2 cheaper, and as someone who's always inundated with tons of CEX vouchers, there's never a massive appeal to buy from this guy, but I always have a look when I'm in the Dudley area. Just on the way back from my amazing excursion to the beautiful Dudley, charity shops were absolutely dead as always. Had a couple of bits in the pawn shops, cash generators, cash converters, but nothing I wanted to spend my hard-earned cash on. Heading back to the car now, we're going to head to Get Gaming in Gornal to hopefully trade in those magazines. Changed the plans, folks, so literally just got in the car, was having a sip of my tea, just mapping out where I need to go to Get Gaming in Gornal. Phone rings, private number, it's CEX of course. Hiya mate, a couple of things have failed, can you come and get the stuff that's failed and come and get the voucher and stuff that's passed. So I'm doing this route for what feels like the 100th time from my car, past Dudley College, all the way back to CEX. At least we've done my step count for the day. We'll see what's failed. We'll have a look around Dudley CEX, and then finally we'll go back to the car and hopefully get ourselves to Get Gaming. So we get to CEX finally after about 10 times of walking tour from Dudley College to Dudley High Street. Taking a look outside, got War of the Rose there, which is probably the most common game on the PlayStation 2. You're pretty much guaranteed to see that at every CEX now. Going into Dudley CEX, got a decent selection of Dreamcast games here. Not something I'm interested in collecting, but something you don't see all too often. Also got this pretty cool Driver San Francisco collector's pack for the PS3 for £80, not one I've seen before. Not much was happening on the shop floor in Dudley in terms of normal games, but got a pretty decent selection of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games behind the counter here. Got Pokemon Green Leaf for £75 and Final Fantasy V for the Game Boy Advance for £80, pretty cool stuff. Just got myself back in the car from Dudley CEX. Quite a lot of things failed unfortunately, but that's the roulette you spin when you go car boot hunting. That's why it pays not to pay a lot of money when you're buying stuff from the car boot, so that's a shame. But I did end up getting a £50 voucher, so not a wasted journey, and I did pick up a heavy hitting PS3 game, so we'll go for the pickups as always when we get back home. We're now finally going to head to Get Gaming in Gornal and then Level Up Gaming in Halesowen. Let's go. Walking into Get Gaming in the Gornal area, as you can see, super clean shop with tons of things in there. The thing that stuck out to me about going to this shop was how clean and organised it was. Despite being a fairly small space, everything's in real nice condition. All the games are in alphabetical order, which is an absolute godsend when you're going through tons of games in a retro game shop. Going over to the glass cabinet's got a pretty interesting PS1 game here. £150, I think it's a trilogy of Disney games, so real cool to see that out in the wild. Got a decent amount of Seal games here, that's your bag. Not for me personally, but pretty cool to see these out in the wild. Then we see this absolute grail, the GameCube controller for Resident Evil 4 with a chainsaw. Awesome to see this.
Released in Europe, and just not many people went through.
Is it actually a good game, or is it just rare?
It's a class game.
Is it?
Yeah. I played with one of my mates used to do the SNES minis and whack all the games on it.
Yeah.
I played it on that. It's a quality game.
Just got back in the car from my hunt in Get Gaming. Get yourself down there to Get Gaming in the Gornal area. Just want to say a big shout out to Jay, the owner of Get Gaming. He's going to be at the Black Country Games Fair, so get yourself down there Sunday 2nd of March and get yourself down to Get Gaming. Got myself a nice PS3 collection edition, so we'll go over the pickups when we get home. Google Maps did me dirty here. Level Up Gaming isn't a real shop, or it doesn't exist anymore, so I went to Sega Supplies instead in Old Hill. Taking a look outside, got quite a few modern games here for the Switch, PS5. Right, I've been given backdoor access to a back room in Sega Systems, so as you can see, tons of stuff in here. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna have a look around here and then we'll hash it out with the owner to see what we can come up to in terms of a deal. Anyone need a manual? Bloody hell. I better not film that, I'll get me cancelled.
If you're a lad, you couldn't watch a bit of Blue at middle at night.
There's just so much stuff to go through. It's mental. There's just boxes of stuff. I mean, you've just got boxes and manuals for Mega Drive games, DS games, Dreamcast games. If you need a manual, come here, this is the place to be. Voice over here again because James, the owner, was on the phone, so I didn't want to intrude, but as you can see, tons of Seal games here. If you're a Seal collector, then get yourself down to Sega Supplies in Old Hill because there's so many games here to pick from. It's surprising to see how much Demon's Souls for the PS3 still is, despite getting a remake for the PS5 back in 2020. If you're more interested in collecting unsealed games, then James has got your back at Sega Supplies. Got a nice selection of PlayStation 1 games here. Got Resident Evil Director's Cut, Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Going over to the glass cabinet where all the good stuff's kept. Got this amazing Pandora Towers Collector's Edition here for the Wii for £75. Very tempting, but I don't have the space for it. Did you pick up one of the Roller Roses off eBay when they were getting dumped on there? You had that for ages.
That up at a CEX window, paid full ticket price for it, which at the time was 570 quid.
Christ.
Then they found those ones.
Yeah.
But luckily I bought it with a credit note, so it does now owe me 570, thank God.
Not too bad then.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold off, wait till it all evens out again.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? They found that massive shipment.
Well, they were arguing over whether they were real or not for a while, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they are real. But the person who was selling them on eBay has kind of started cranking the price back up now, so getting down to the last few, I think.
Oh, okay.
So after that, hopefully, should be kind of normal service resuming again. But someone could make a play for it if they wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll show you. It's self-explanatory.
Oh, that Yakuza Steelbook's nice, isn't it? That Dead Souls one.
Look at that. Yeah. Extremely rare regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I checked eBay completed listings a couple of times and just could not find a UK Peggy PAL version, like, so I presume it didn't get made.
Wow, I've just got back from Sega Supplies in Old Hill and wow, what a shop. Shout out to James for letting me have access to the back room, and it's just full of stuff, so many things in there. You've seen for yourself on the footage, it's got so many sealed games. And I'm not a sealed collector, but I got to appreciate it when I do see them out in the wild. I picked up an amazing game. I got a decent little stack of games there, but one game in particular for the PS3 is a super heavy hitter, and it's a steelbook I've never seen before, so stay tuned for the pickups. I'm now going to fly to Maryhill, jump into CEX because it'd be rude not to, and I need to pick up a bottle of wine because me and my partner are going to see her parents later. So wish me luck. I'm going to fight it against the people at Maryhill to get me a bottle of wine and some hopefully decent things from CEX. So I'll see you when we get to Maryhill. Maryhill was absolutely packed, so we jumped straight in because nothing was happening out in the window. Every time I come to this shop, I always go straight to the 3DS to look at this Radiant Historia game for the 3DS for £120. Dirty cover reprinted here, man, it kills me every time. Been after this Turok PS3 steelbook for a while, but every time I find it, it's always battered and rusted. There's my copy of 3D Dot Game Heroes that I got sent without a manual, so if you're after that game, don't buy it from Maryhill. Just got back in the car from Maryhill, aka Maryhill. That place always makes my head spin, it's so busy at the minute. Went into CEX, didn't have anything on this occasion for my collection, but I did pick up some games for an upcoming video, so keep it locked to the Collector's Quest channel for that video next week. I also popped into the charity shop and I picked up the Little Britain Seasons 1 to 3 box set, paid £3 for that, and that trades in for £7 on a voucher, so doubling my money, I'll take that all day long. Plan now is to actually head to Starbridge CEX, got a couple of things in there that I want to have a look at. We'll trade in that box set, then we'll finally get home. I've still not eaten nothing, guys, so I'm absolutely ravenous, not eating anything since 10 o'clock, and I only had a banana then, so I'm so hungry. I think I passed the point of no return, so I might hold out until dinner later, so wish me luck, and I will see you when we get to Starbridge. Just walking into Starbridge CEX. Been out that long, it's getting dark now. It's currently about 4:20, been out since 10ish, so hopefully we get back soon. Hopefully CEX have got some nice things to add to the collection, so I'll see you when we get to CEX and Starbridge. Couple of interesting bits in the Starbridge CEX. Got my copy of Diablo there that I traded in a couple of weeks ago for £82 I believe. This Final Fantasy 16 steelbook always tempts me, but I think £22 is just a bit too high for me. Maybe about £10 to £15. And we're back. What a game hunt that was. Just what the doctor ordered. I had a real bad week at work last week, so it was so good to get out the house, clear my head, and there's nothing like game hunting to clear your head. So real happy with the pickups and real happy to get out there game hunting. Going to start with CEX first. Obviously, I mentioned earlier that Dudley didn't go as planned. They didn't take in everything. I've got a bag down there with consoles, controllers that failed testing, but it is what it is. And they also didn't take that big bag of DVDs because Dudley CEX are no longer taking DVDs. So it is what it is. Those are the games you play when you go car boot hunting. I got 2 pickups from Dudley CEX. So we've got the Batman Arkham Knight Steelbook for PS4 in real nice condition. Cost me £8 and real clean design, sleek, black, just like Batman. So happy with that. And then the big pickup I got from CEX today was the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection for the PS3. This comes with games up to Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of Patriot, so a great way to play through this amazing collection. So that's everything I picked up from CEX. Went to start with CEX, but the thing I was going to pick up was absolutely battered. It was a Devil May Cry 4 Steelbook. Completely rusted, dented, so left that behind. But I did trade in that Little Britain box set for £7 on a voucher, so all good. We're now going to get to the pickups from Sega Supplies in Old Hill and Get Gaming in Gornal. Going to start with the Sega Supplies pickup. So just before we get into the pickups, I want to say massive shout out to James who runs Sega Supplies. Great guy, had a great chat to him. Spent quite a while just talking to him about games, collectibles, and the habits of collecting. Great conversation, and really appreciate you letting me into your back room where I saw tons of steel games and tons of manuals. So if that's your bag, get yourself down to Sega Supplies in Old Hill. First pickup is Dark Souls Trilogy for PS4 in this nice big box. It is sealed. I'm not a seal collector, but James let me have this for £30 and I think it's £45 at CEX, so £15 cheaper than CEX, so happy to add that to collection. So wish me luck when I brave the Dark Souls Trilogy. Next up, we've got the first Atelier Riser game in the Atelier Riser Trilogy for PS4. Again, sealed, just a JRPG I've always wanted to play, so happy to add that to the collection. Then we've got this rare Fatal Frame made in a Blackwater for the Nintendo Switch. Again, sealed, just a survival horror game that I've always wanted to jump into and play. Then we get to probably my favourite pickup of the day. We've got this super rare Yakuza Dead Souls for the PS3 in this amazing steelbook. As you can see, absolutely stunning work on that steelbook. Comes complete with the manual, and it comes with this nice sleeve. As soon as I saw this in the shop, I knew I had to ask about it, and this is a game I've been wanting to add to the collection, but it's really expensive. I think it's about £70, £75 at CEX, but as soon as I saw this in the shop, I knew I had to leave with it. James let me have this for £75, which is the same price that CEX sell it for, or £5 more. So for that price, I couldn't leave it behind. Looking on eBay, you're looking at about £150 for the steelbook, and I think there's one on eBay now without the sleeve, and it's in worse condition than mine, and it doesn't even come in the manual. So for £75, I think I got an absolute bargain for that, so real happy to add that to the collection. We then get to the final pickup, and the pickup that I got from Get Gaming. Just want to say big shout out to Jay who runs Get Gaming. Great guy, had a great conversation with him. Get yourself down there to Get Gaming in the Gornal area, got a great shop down there, and he'll also be at the Black Country Games Fair on Sunday the 2nd of March. The pickup that I got from Get Gaming was this amazing God of War Ascension limited edition, collector's edition. Again, I'll be doing B-roll because it's very awkward to try and get it in this camera, but it comes with this amazing statue of Kratos, and it also comes with this stunning steelbook, so super clean. It's in minty condition. I think it's sealed. Super happy to have that in the collection. So those are the pickups from this amazing game hunt today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the Collector's Quest channel. Got plenty more game hunts coming your way, and car boot videos once the weather picks up. And let me know in the comments below what you would have picked up from Get Gaming and Sega Supplies, because tons of things in those shops, so let me know what you would have bought. And as always, good luck on your game hunts and collecting adventures. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next one.